I am Gui King Ying and this is my producer podcast for the Advanced Session Recording class. The producer of my choice is Alexander Winter, also known as Winter in Vegas, Winter in Hollywood, and Savan. His producing alias originates from a very rare psychological syndrome in which he was diagnosed with at the tender age of 16. He realizes that this autism spectral disorder is actually a blessing in disguise and has ever since demonstrated a prodigious ability in producing music from genres ranging from glitch hop, trap, drum and bass to chiptune. He has produced over 10,000 songs, releasing 10 albums over the span of 5 years. He was being picked and bullied by his friends when he was a kid, and music was the only way he could escape the pain. The song that really inspired him as a child was R.E.M's Everybody Hurts. And in an interview, he mentioned that the chords and harmonies in the song gave him goosebumps and even moved him to tears. He works on his music at his home studio in Norway, and he prefers a silent working environment. This is because the space and emptiness functions as an outlet for him to channel the music or sounds that he's playing inside his head out onto an instrument. He is very particular about the tune, and the speed of the music is usually associated with his eagerness to listen to the end result that was already laid out in his brains. So basically what he is doing is just recreating everything he is hearing in his head. In one of his latest productions, a track called Elephant, he walked us through the entire production process of the song, which took him approximately 2 hours to lay out the idea and the concept and another 2.5 hours to polish up the track with some automations and chopping out a few samples to layer it with the pulsating bass. What he did was he wrote random decades, beats, animals, tempo and styles on a piece of papers and pulled them out from a hat to decide the type of music that he plans to make. He then layered the drum beat and worked with the chords and harmonics only using FL Studio. He works off the most basic plugin that one can find on FL Studio, which includes 3xOSC, Citrus, and also the Hammer. Most of his songs were sampled or consist of heavily processed vocals. They undergo countless amount of rendering, stretching and resynthesizing along the way. In a nutshell, all he does is use simple resources to make a more complex and intricate sound. He also collaborates with other electronic acts such as BT, Infected Mushroom and Silence. He also has his very own label called Section Z, where he signed other electronic musicians like Castor and Ultra Sheriff. All around until today, Savan has a total of more than 47 tracks all across Beatport and was nominated on Norwegian Grammy Awards in 2009 for his album Outbreak. Savan is currently doing live performances for his space tour and just announced his upcoming album release on his website. Savan is a very versatile composer, and what impresses me most is his ability to picture the entire production in his head, knowing exactly the type of sounds that he needs, the arrangement and the structure of his tracks layout. Besides that, he doesn't depend on high-tech gears or equipment. In fact, his studio setup is none other than a MIDI controller, a couple of guitars, in which he hardly uses anymore, and a laptop. With the amount of accomplishments that he has achieved at only the age of 27, Savan is definitely the next big thing to watch in the EDM scene. I'm Keng Ying signing off, and I hope you enjoy my audio podcast.